Few directors here and then the whole board of directors, thank you so much for coming out and help out and attending. My speech will be short. First of all, it's on behalf of the MC board. Welcome everybody. And we're so glad that we have the second year. Mayor is coming out to share the information about the city with us. And there are so many items that we want to hear from there, how you're going to build a beautiful city that we live and work and stay here. And our speech will be really short because we're running quite tight schedule. And so may I speak to one or two sentences in Chinese, because this is a Chinese association. And also I want to tell you that this year we have involved quite a few Chinese community organizations that we partner with. And first of all is the M&A Mandarin Association, welcome, and also the SAO, the Arts Association, the Chinese Association, CMA, and yeah, so we have organizations joining us this year, and thank you so much. 非常欢迎大家，因为呢，今年呢是我们第二年呢，我们也非常，尤其是我们这一边的Mississauga的那个支持者来支持我们，因为这个会很重要，让市长知道，让整个市政府知道，我们中华人也是非常欢迎他，也是非常让他多多的支持我们以后在社区的发展，以后在社区的服务。谢谢大家 ，Thank you so much.
Mississauga Chinese Center, Mississauga Mandarin Association, Gary Gu, Nations Fresh Foods, Lillian Kwok, RBC Los Angeles City, and Canada, the Bonnie Clubby.
Well, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome. Thank you for joining us again. And let me wish you again a very happy and celebrated Mid-Autumn Festival. I think that was yesterday, yes? Good. My sincere thanks to Winnie Fung and the Mississauga Chinese Business Association for the opportunity to address you once again and all of your members. In July, my office partnered with MCVA to host an official visit of China's new Council General to Toronto, Mr. Hu Wei. And I want to thank Commercial Council Yi and Commercial Council Fung for being with us today. We thank you very much for joining us, and this is your second time, of course. So I stand before you today to say that the state of the city of Mississauga is strong, very strong, and we are achieving real results for the entrepreneurs, the businesses, and the people of Canada's third largest in Ontario, Toronto, Ottawa, Mississauga. I don't know if you realize that. I'm very proud to work with a group of committed councillors who have the best interests of the city at heart. And I want to recognize my whole team, but when I get to those that are here, I want them to stand up so you can appreciate their hard work too. Councillor John Tory of Ward 1, Councillor Karen Grass of Ward 2, Councillor Chris Fonseca of Ward 3, Councillor John Kovac of Ward 4, Councillor Carolyn Parrish of Ward 5, Councillor Ron Starr, Ward 6, right here, stand up. There we go. I know Ron is very committed, very dedicated to the Chinese community. I think you probably have the ward with the largest group of Chinese-speaking individuals. So he loves Chinese food too. So he's going to come up with free lunch right now. He says. Also, we have Councillor for Ward 8 right here, Matt Mahoney. Say hello. Councillor Nando Unica, Ward 7, couldn't be with us, or could Pat Sato from Ward 9, but Sue McFadden from Ward 10 is with us. Thank you, Sue. And also George Carlson of Ward 11, they couldn't be with us. But we also have a team of dedicated professional staff. We often take their advice because they understand how things work. They make us look good every day. And let me single out the leadership team. Gary Kent, our Commissioner for Corporate Services, our Chief Financial Officer, he's the money guy. Paul Hinton is our Commissioner for Community Services. He's all the community centers, the libraries, the pools, he's the man, and all the parks. Ed Sajecki, Commissioner of Building and Planning. So he plans our city and our growth. If you have any permits outstanding that you need, he's the man you want to talk to before you leave. Commissioner Jeff Wright couldn't be with us. He's our commissioner responsible for transportation and works. And of course, our city manager, Janice Baker, who's our chief administrative officer. I also want to acknowledge the wonderful staff and the ownership group here at Blue Lagoon. We always have the best meals here, don't we, at Blue Lagoon? Thank you so very much to Blue Lagoon Seafood Master, the best Chinese seafood restaurants in town. And of course, I want to thank my mother, Veronica Sawarna. You've already met her, for coming out and supporting me today. She's been a big influence in my life, and I love her, and I thank her, and thank you for being here with me today, Mom. Really appreciate it. So let's talk about the city, if we can, for a little bit. 2017 will be a cherished year. So many historic milestones in our city. We joined communities from right across Canada to mark the 150th anniversary of the founding of our respected and peaceful democracy, the founding of our country, Canada, and we hosted many, many events. But in particular, I hope that some of you joined us. We had the Hazel McCallion Do Your Homework exhibit, and I presented Hazel with the keys to the city. Wasn't it a great event? I hope some of you were able to come out. And as we reflect on our past, we must always remember on the lasting and city-building contributions the new Canadians have made, but especially the Chinese Canadians. And today, Mississauga is home to over 21,000 Chinese new Canadians and over 50,000 residents of Chinese descent. That's over 70,000 people of Chinese origin in our city. Chinese languages, including Mandarin and Cantonese, are among the top 10 languages spoken in our city. And you know how diverse we are and what the demographics look like. But Mississauga and China have a strong and proud and enduring relationship. Our Chinese Canadian community is made up of risk takers, business people, entrepreneurs, successful entrepreneurs, and small business owners, but also accomplished researchers and academics, and compassionate and committed volunteers, and highly acclaimed performing artists as well. Mississauga and all of Canada is better, we're stronger, and more prosperous place to call home because of the lasting difference that the Chinese Canadian community has made to our city, to our province, and to our country, Canada. And on behalf of all of us, we say thank you for the contributions the Chinese community has made. Thank you. You know, in a few short years, we're going to mark another important milestone because in 2024, Mississauga turns 50. Can you believe that? We're one of the youngest cities. There's such a buzz about our city, and it's being felt right around the country. The headlines that you read about in the newspapers, they speak for themselves. All eyes are on Mississauga. So make no mistake, in Mississauga, we do not leave success to chance. We do not. We plan for it, and we see it through. And we welcome international delegations to our City Hall. Delegations often from major Chinese cities, and we speak about Mississauga's value proposition. That means, why should they invest in Mississauga? That's what our value proposition is. And we highlight why they should join more than 1,400 multinational firms that we have here, and the 71 Fortune 500 companies that have all chosen Mississauga in which to invest, to land, to settle their business. We mean business. When it comes to helping businesses succeed, we mean business. We have one of the lowest corporate tax rates in all of North America, And we hold the line on property taxes. We always try to deliver at the rate of inflation. It's a commitment we've made as a council. And you know what? We're taxpayers too. So we don't like to see our taxes. And we're a little bit thrifty, right, Ron? Ron's cheap. So we said, no more tax increases, right? So we try to hold the line on our tax increases. And Mississauga, we're strategically located. It's one of our key advantages. We're located close to Toronto and the entire region. You know, there's 6 million people living in the Greater Toronto area. So it's a big and vast market. We're linked by 6 400 series highways, continental railways, and we're home to Canada's largest airport, Toronto Pearson. And we're working with a group called Toronto Global. It's a new foreign direct investment agency, and we use them to close transformational deals. Like in the private sector, we built cost savings.
Arnold Chan, and I just want them to know, as well as Han Dong, who will be here shortly, how grateful I am to have them as supporters of my candidacy. What we've been doing is going across the city, gathering together a very unique coalition of people who are from different political parties, different levels of government, different backgrounds of every single kind, because that really is what I believe to be my first job, which is to unify the city, to bring it together into one Toronto where we stop having the disputes we've had between the suburbs and downtown and various other kinds of divisions like that, and move forward with stable, competent leadership. Stable, competent leadership that is going to get transit built, because transit connects people to jobs and addresses some of the questions and concerns that arise about people who are isolated in our city, that gets jobs here. We need to both make sure there are more jobs created in Toronto by making sure it's a good place to do business for small and medium-sized businesses and big businesses, but also at the same time attracting more investment from countries around the world, whether it be China or whether it's Brazil or whether it's Germany. We need those jobs in Toronto. We need those jobs. And I'll mention one more thing, which is, of course, the sound management of the city's finances. People are working hard to earn the money they send to the governments by way of taxes, and they want to make sure those dollars are well spent. And I have the experience to make sure that's well done. But I think it all begins and ends with bringing the city together, unifying the city so that it is one Toronto. It's been amalgamated for many, many years now. And I think that the fact that I have been very fortunate to bring together, for example, a provincial minister from the provincial Liberal government, a federal member of Parliament from the Liberal caucus in Ottawa, as well as, for example, somebody like C.S. Leung, a federal Conservative member of Parliament, and numerous members of City Council. I think this speaks well for the ability that we will have to all work together to build up a stronger and fairer city, and that's really what I want to get elected to do on the 27th of October. So we're here to answer your questions, and we would be happy to entertain those now.
Can I have the first question? Ms. Olivia Chow used purple as her campaign color. That's mixing red and blue. So can you explain your campaign color, like white, green, and blue?
Well, I'm not sure when they picked it, but I will tell you that I think green represents a fresh start. And I think at the City Hall, we've had 4 years of chaos and division, where people just haven't really worked well with each other. They haven't worked well as they could with the other levels of government to get things done for the people of Toronto. Whether it's building transit, including my smart track, whether it is getting more jobs here for people, managing the tax dollars as well as we could. So the green will be a fresh start, and we will get on with doing things to produce results for people, which is what they want.
Will you be considering adding red?
I have no plans to change colors with 3 weeks to go in the campaign, but it's a very interesting question.
Who's playing red here today? Good morning. This is Jason from Regional. Would you like to elaborate your plan, smart transit plan, and are you going to raise the property tax for Torontonia, and where's the funding from? Thank you.
The first thing that I will mention is, since you asked, is about property taxes. I am committed to keeping property tax increases at or below the rate of inflation. I believe this will supply some extra money to the city government to maintain and improve city services, but at the same time, it will force a discipline on the city government to make sure that they spend the money they have now very wisely. I think if you've seen from some of the projects in Toronto, like the Union Station upgrade and things like that, there are still tens and tens of millions of dollars that are not well spent. And I think the taxpayers in every part of this community want to see a government that is better run. I have the experience to do that. With respect to Smart Track represents an opportunity to have, in a very short period of time, 7 years for a big transit project, in 7 years to have citywide relief with 22 new stations using existing GO train tracks for most of it to deliver that service to people in 7 years, compared to the alternatives offered by my competitors, which stretch out to 17 years. And so
是那个叫蔡小华，是加拿大多伦多泉州无乡联合总会的会长。我们这一任是2个会长，是由我跟还有一个叫郑汉史先生，我们2个一起共同担任。
大概介绍一下那个泉州同乡会的历史背景啊。
泉州同乡会呢是在2008年的6月成立的，到现在已经是4年多的时间了。那经历了第1届、第1届、第2届，我们现在是第3届这个。那泉州同乡会到现在目前已经有大概1000多名的这个会员，那个人数比较多的一个华人团体。
大概会员主要从事什么行业啊？你们大概协会有什么活动啊？
我们的会员各行各业都有。那同乡会主要是提供一个同乡之间交流的一个平台是吧？还有就是联系这个加拿大跟这个中国的一个桥梁吧，这个
协会的凝聚力怎么样？大家都会员都有。
这个就是通过我们这个是第3届的这个是顺利换届，那可以说体现了我们泉州人这个叫做就是胸怀，叫做心胸宽广，团结一致，互相包容，这种特质，所以我今天晚上呢，我们能够这样顺利换届，我觉得非常高兴。
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the press conference again of the Cathay Ball 2010. I'm Eddie Sang, Director of the Luncheon Foundation. Great to have a great opportunity to meet all of you today and to kick off the Cathay Ball 2010. First, may I introduce our head table guest from my far left, Cathay Ball 2010 title sponsor, Mr. Rudolph Brady of the Remington Group. And next is our co-chairs of the Cathay Ball, Mr. Dennis Young and Ms. Stephanie Wong.
Welcome to the PC Hall Theatre, home of the Ontario Philharmonic Orchestra and Cathedral Bluff Symphony Orchestra. Today, we are here to announce the launch of the CCC Music Festival, Part 1, CCC Piano Competition 2010 Canada, which will be held here at the Chinese Cultural Center from February 29th to March 5th, 2010. First, I would like to introduce some very important persons seated at the head table from left to right. Ms. Carrie Chan, representing Scotiabank, our presenting sponsor for the CCC Piano Competition 2010 Canada. Liu Wang and Longning Liu. I have to introduce them together because they are the Juilliard duo, CCC Youth Ambassadors and initiators and artistic directors of the CCC Piano Competition. And Mr. James Anagnuson, Dean of Quenzhou School, Honorary Advisor and Juror for the CCC Piano Competition. Next is Dr. Ming-Ta Chen, Chairman and President of CCC and also President of the Piano Competition. And Mrs. Marietta Olive, Piano Faculty, University of Toronto and Royal Conservatory of Music, and also the Honorary Chair of CCC Piano Competition. Dr. Dong Dong Dong, Director of CCC and Vice President of CCC Piano Competition. Ms. Linda Matowski, Piano Faculty, University of Toronto and Royal Conservatory of Music, and Juror of the CCC Piano Competition. Mr. David Dewey, Piano Faculty, Quenzhou School, and Juror for CCC Piano Competition. I believe he's not here yet. And last but not least, Mr. Jim Welter from Yamaha Canada, our official piano sponsor for the CCC Piano Competition. Now, I would also like to acknowledge the two other jurors, Mr. Andrew Markle and also Mr. James Parker, who are not able to attend this press conference today. From the distinguished panel, you can see that the CCC Piano Competition 2010 Canada is an important collaboration among Chinese Cultural Center, University of Toronto, and the Royal Conservatory of Music. I would like to express our heartfelt thanks to Long Ling Liu and Lu Wang for connecting the three establishments together. Let's give them a round of applause. Now, I would like to invite some speakers from the panel to say a few words. Dr. Ming-Ta Chen.
歡迎你嚟到多謝你嚟到香港嘅電影節，即係多倫多香港電影節啦。今次咧就你喺多倫多香港電影節裏邊咧，你有套叫《戀之風景》咧，就係作咗個3D電影嘅。咁但係通常好多時即係啲人可能有個新晉導演啦，咁變咗就可唔可以介紹下你自己咧？其實係
我拍獨立電影出身啦，拍嗰部《爸爸的玩具》啦，98年。咁然後攞咗啲獎啦，咁然後就再拍《玻璃少女》啦，《玻璃少女》去咗康城啦，咁然後玻璃少女係第一條長片，《兩支風景》係第二條長片，咁《兩支風景》就去咗威尼斯主要競賽部分。
咁據我所知咧，你唔係讀電影出身嘅，咁點會入到呢行咧？其實
因為我讀 marketing 嘅喺中大，咁因為我好有即係大學嘅時候喺國際電影節睇咗好多戲，大學的司機啊、小小安樂啊，咁就好中意世界電影啦。 咁所以就有寫下影評，咁我又識咗啲朋友，咁由一畢業佢哋又介紹咗我入行，咁一路做到而家。
咁你入行嗰時係做啲咩嘅咧？即係入咗電影學裏邊。
做咗幾年助手啦，助製啊、副導演啊、場記咁。
咁即係 train 出嚟㗎？你個
其實係紅褲仔咯。
紅褲仔。
就唔係讀出嚟嘅。
咁啊，你即係其實
做出嚟。
即係越做越熟啦，係就咁講。
其實都唔係好熟㗎咋。
咁但係其實喺即係香港電影圈嚟講咧，大部分都係即係男性導演差唔多主導咗個市場嘅。咁啊，女性導演嚟講就比較出名啲都譬如話 Ann Hui 啦，或者係張艾嘉之類咁。咁好似你咁比較新進啲嘅女導演嚟講，即係同期有幾多個咧？就係或者你可能第一個咧。
兩個咯。
咁但係對於呢，譬如呢個成長路會唔會好艱辛咧？就係即係。
我諗對所有導演都會好艱難㗎，因為而家拍戲好艱難嘛。我諗男導演、女導演都係差唔多。差唔多。尤其是而家呢個咁現代嘅社會。咁
我所知咧就過去幾年，譬如香港電影業都有一個低潮嘅，即係好多時譬如話我哋喺新聞片度都講過，就係做開譬如攝影師嘅話，可能去到揸的士啊，喺度等公開啊咁。咁而家而家個情況點樣改善咧？其實
好翻啲個市道，但係我諗永遠都唔會追翻去90年代初嗰個咁蓬勃嘅市道咯。但係而家係轉變緊個模式咯，即係而家係更加 metropolitan， 以前就好 localize 嘅。
嗱，據我所知咧，就話譬如喺電影圈啊或者影視圈嚟講啦，就因為香港回歸咗中國大陸之後咧，就發覺即係好多演員有出路啦。香港冇戲拍嘅話，佢可以去大陸拍咁。
演員
咁但係導演有冇呢個機會咧？
有嘅，其實因為其實得意嘅地方就係全世界睇住香港嘅人才啊嘛。咁你話演員係人才，但係導演都係人才嚟㗎嘛。咁所以都導演都 OK 嘅。
咁就我講翻啲即係。
反而工作人員就會差啲咯。
即係幕後啲人 post production 啲人就會差啲。
就會差啲。
因為佢哋冇咁出名，可能就。係
啦，我覺得就會差啲。我印象裏邊。
咁講翻啲現實啲問題啦。譬如一般即係導演嚟講，佢可能話1年或者2年先拍一套戲。或者有啲就可能即係拍一套戲之後就永遠唔見咗，喺邊開飯啊？其實。
我唔知喎，我都諗緊點開飯。唔係有啲廣告啊，啲 MTV 拍㗎啦，大家一定會揾到佢個方法去開飯。
OK， 即係生存有生存之道。
係啊。
咁嗱，譬如以往睇咧就話，譬如以前60年代邵氏嗰個制度就話佢哋簽晒演員啊、導演啊咁，差唔多係包身式去定期拍啲片俾佢自己影院咁。咁而家就整個結構就話有戲就埋班，即係一個 group 做完之後散班咁。
係。
咁即係呢種模式嘅話咧，其實係有好處定壞處定係點樣咧？
其實係壞嘅。因為以前有好有壞啦，因為如果你講電影創作，咁佢都係一個藝術創作，都要時間咯。咁你個好處就係如果你唔簽，即係你係自由身嘅話，你去登1-2年就慢慢去磨自己嘅劇本。總之你揾到方法生存得㗎啦。咁你可能係即係你知藝術其實都要試下磨出嚟㗎嘛。咁但係咧，如果你簽咗，你就一定要開嘅時候咧，你就好快咁
變咗工廠式生產啦。
係啦，有時好，有時唔好，因為呢種咁快咧，你可能有種 energy 喺度，但係亦都可能係會好粗嘅啲嘢咁所以就有好有唔好，但係如果培植新一代嚟講咧，冇咗呢個制度咧就係唔好嘅，因為啲導演要開飯㗎嘛，啲新導演都係翻開飯問題。係咁如果有 studio嘅制度咧，你哋簽晒啲導演嘅時候，佢哋1年都一定要拍1-2部，操熟啦，即係會成長得快啲咯。咁但係如果冇嘅就又爭啲咯。
好，咁再講翻咧就話其實過去即係電影嚟講咧，一般嚟講，我覺得係反映翻社會現實。譬如話響即係10年前嗰古惑仔嘅影片好流行啦，或者再之前譬如話甚至許冠傑時間嗰啲即係打工仔心態電影啊咁。一路都反映咗即係社會啲現狀咁，但係發覺呢幾年或者呢10年8年嚟講，似乎係即係離開咗個社會，做咗夢工場嗰個方向。
我都覺得有少少咁嘅感覺。所以可能我哋都要去翻一啲好市井嘅文化，可能攞翻個 energy。唔係玻璃少女好現實嘅寫實片嚟。
寫實片嚟嚇。咁係一啲即係點講一啲即係心態嘅電影咁。咁你通常一般嚟講，譬如話，如果你有人生經歷豐富啲，咁你寫啲即係心態電影可能會比較多啲。咁但係相對嚟講，你比較係即係新進啲導演喎，你點講有呢方面嘅諗，即係嗰個思維方面睇咧？或做多 research。
玻璃少女有好多 research， 但係個人嘅情感都好重嘅。咁創作嘅嘢係身邊每一點每一滴嘅嘢嚟嘅，就唔係去到50歲先可以創作呢啲嘢。塔可夫斯基都唔係50歲先創作佢嘅電影。
咁你未來嘅路向會拍啲邊類型嘅電影咧？其實有冇咩諗法？
其實會嘗試更加多唔同類型啦，但係我諗都係一個包裝嚟嘅對於我嚟講。因為最後，因為我睇翻我自己幾套戲都係講一啲人同人之間嗰個好細膩嘅感情，可能都係會環繞住呢啲咁嘅人同人之間嘅即係交流，但係有可能就係會用一個類型片嘅形式，可能驚慄片啊，可能愛情片去包呢樣嘢，包裝呢樣嘢。
咁你覺得呢套電影係應該係即係譬如話娛樂啦，因為有啲即係寓意教育性少少嘅嘢。譬如我睇戲咧就我好要求好高嘅，我希望話我諗下導演點解拍呢套戲，有啲咩得着，即係從中學到啲譬如人生道理好啊，或者係勵志導影響。其實即係應該係走邊個方向咧？
我覺得電影唔係教科書嚟嘅，其實就我覺得有電影有趣嘅地方，因為電影係好多變化同埋好大嘅個世界。周星馳嘅戲係好睇，成龍嘅戲好睇，但係王家衛嘅戲都好睇。即係我覺得係咁咯，即係你可以有希治閣，但係都可以有塔可夫斯基，有謝宗安、有黑澤明，係咪先？即係就係咁，即係可能我時候成日覺得黑澤明呢個娛樂片係最好睇嘅，即係用心棒嗰啲咁嘅，其實係娛樂片嚟嘅啫，但係好好睇。咁同埋其實有冇意義嘅嘢係觀眾自己去揾咯，我又覺得。
咁但係其實係導演去 convey 個 message 嗰個電影嗰個影像啊、聲音啊咁其實就話究竟即係觀眾攞到幾多導演嗰個心態或者嗰個。
其實唔緊要㗎，因為電影一脫離咗導演之後，嗰個電影就係屬於觀眾㗎啦嘛。咁呢個就係有趣嘅地方。
即係話你做嗰棵樹出嚟俾你點去欣賞就係即係個人嘅嘢。
你覺得佢係一棵咩樹？
咁據我所知就譬如話CCC 啦，就話即係最緊要咪經濟合作嗰個agreement啦，對香港電影嚟講係有個即係強心針嘅喎。咁呢方面你點睇其實？
有嘅，但係永遠咧呢件事又係兩面嘅，我覺得即係譬如OK， 大家因為 CCC 所以大陸嘅 market 咁可能就轉大陸嘅 market 嚟拍，但可能係錯嘅，因為可能大陸啲人咧又係好想睇翻啲好香港嘅電影。即係如果你啲口味就住嚟大陸嚟拍咧，佢可能又唔中意咁樣，所以係一個好吊詭嘅。但係咧，譬如大陸咧，佢又會覺得你啲好鬼蠢嘅港產片喜劇咧太蠢啦，你哋成日笑嘅，你哋唔睇嘅其實。咁即係你點樣掌握嗰個市場嗰時候，其實係成為一個吊詭嘅問題咯。我覺得係一個 CCC 係一個好 positive， 但係都係一個好對創作人一個係好危險嘅一個 issue。
你所指就係話，因為嗰個條例嘅限制多咗好多框框。
唔係，框框會多咗嚇，框框會多咗。即係譬如我成日都話鬼片唔拍得啦，譬如但係如果你就住另一個 market 嚟拍嗰陣時候，你有幾了解個 market， 即係去改變咗自己創作嗰個諗法。就個 market 嘅時候，其實可能你都係同時 lost 咗兩個 market。
咁大家都知道啦，香港 claim to be 係東方荷里活啦，係咪？荷里活就知道就話美國嘅即係電影市場重鎮，佢哋拍嘅片嚟講，全世界都發行。咁但係香港荷里活呢個美譽咧，即係話香港電影係咪響好大程度第二個地方都受落咧？其實
係啊，我覺得係啊，
因為咁其實
而家唔係咩？全世界都有睇香港電影㗎。
咁但係全世界睇香港電影係即係你知係全世界中國人睇翻電影，定係即係全界晒非中國人睇中國電影啊？
我諗係好難講咯。我諗係如果製作到一部有 quality 嘅電影，其實全世界人都會睇咯。
咁但係頭先你講過就話，可能就話
有啲中國人唔睇中國電影。
你拍片嗰時，你嗰個市場啊、觀眾對象啊，咁都因為你讀市場學㗎啦。咁如果你話你個故事題材好太香港化，會唔會就話根本冇機會全球發行咧？
唔係，我嘅意思就係話創作嘅人咧，唔應該點講咧？即係有時候嗰個創作應該係睇翻好 original 嘅嘢，因為有時候好 original 嘅嘢反而 hit 到全世界嘅人嘅。即係如果你話我就住一個地方嘅口味而製咗啲電影咧，你可能其實你又唔係咁理解另一個地方嘅口味，反而你可能同時選擇咗兩個市場啫。咁
嗱，大家知道啦，香港其實響即係一啲即係影響文化影響方面嘅話，個領導地位都幾高嘅。譬如話，即係香港歌星好啊，歌曲好啊，咁嘅電影好啊，咁其實一路來，如果你一路去覺得即係未來10年、20年，香港仍然都有呢個即係領導地位，定係話慢慢已經即係會低落咧咁？
我唔係預言家喎。
我問下個人意見啦，其實係。
係咯，我唔係預言家咯嚇。
咁啊，所以最後我想問你就話你即係舊年嗰部已經拍咗套《戀之風景》啦。係。嚇，咁有冇新戲即係醞釀緊？嚟緊
會有新戲嘅。
新戲。
應該年底或者
係開拍。嚇，咁有冇邊方面類型嘅嘢咧？其實即係
愛情喜劇。
愛情喜劇。好啊，咁多謝黎導演先啊！我希望你今次嚟多倫多，即係享受多倫多嘅美景同美食。
好，多謝。